Good afternoon from Los Angeles, California. I'm Dr. Ryan Ava. 48 hours later, there are still many unanswered questions surrounding the FBI search of Donald Trump's Florida home. Right now, the disgraced, twice impeached ex-president is not even in Florida. He is in New York City to testify in a different investigation into his misconduct. This is a civil investigation into the Trump's organization run by the New York State Attorney General, Letitia James. Trump preemptively announced that he would not answer any questions, instead invoking his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, something, as we all know, he has been mocked others for doing in the past.
Taking the Fifth, I think it's disgraceful.
What happened? He pleaded the Fifth, right? He pleaded the Fifth. Fifth Amendment.
Fifth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Fifth Amendment. Horrible. Horrible.
The mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
But according to reports, it may have not been an accident, as the execution of this search warrant happened while Trump was out of town. It's clear that the FBI wanted to conduct this search as professionally and apolitically as possible. The agents showed up when Trump was not in the state, avoiding any images of him present as agents marched boxes out of his home and onto a truck. They cooperated with Trump's Secret Service details stationed at Mar-a-Lago and the officials on the ground. They wore plain clothes instead of their traditional blue FBI jackets, avoiding the appearance of federal agents storming the property. And this was not a decision that the Department of Justice took lightly either. The Wall Street Journal reports that the search came after weeks of deliberation from top department officials, and both the Wall Street Journal and Newsweek report that this was predicted on a tip from an informant who was aware of the additional documents at Mar-a-Lago. And Axios is now reporting that Trump allies scrambling to find out who that person might be. Trump world is less eager, however, to share the content of the search warrant, the source close to Trump telling NBC News, quote, "No, we are not releasing a copy of the warrant," end of quote. Now, from a purely political perspective, it benefits the twice impeached president to keep the circumstances surrounding this investigation as vague as possible. That way, he can more effectively cast himself as the victim of the legal overreach, which he did again on his knockoff Twitter platform today, writing that the warrant was, quote, "a surprise attack and politics," end of quote. This is something experts have repeatedly said is not accurate, and it's not a reflection of the situation. But Trump doesn't care, and Trump has lots of incentives to pretend otherwise. As that same source also told NBC News, there has been, quote, "complete circling of the wagons of the Republican Party around Trump," end of quote. Even potential Republican rivals like former Vice President Mike Pence, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, or Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, they have closed ranks around Trump in response to the lawful execution of a search warrant against him. Now, not all Republicans, though, have been quite so full-throated of their support for the twice impeached ex-president. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell was a bit more muted in his bladed comments.
Yesterday, you released a statement in regards to the FBI raid. What are your initial thoughts about this entire situation?
Well, the statement I released was that we need an explanation from the Attorney General as to exactly what's going on. Hopefully that'll be forthcoming.
We do need to hear more from the Department of Justice about their investigation, or else we risk letting Trump and his allies fill the vacuum with misinformation and bad faith arguments. But I am certain that the DOJ will do this on its own timing and its own place. To support my work, please click the subscribe, the like button, and the notification bell so you wouldn't miss any of my new videos.